Hi, I'm glad to be back and talking to you guys again today. I know I said in my last video that I was going to try to take some time to address some of the specific essential homemaker products and explain them in depth for you, and I haven't had a chance to do that. But I am taking the time today to record several videos, and I'll edit them and get them to you as soon as possible. I wanted to make time today because it is the 1st of September, well, the 2nd of September, but it's the beginning of September, which means allergy season is right around the corner, if not already here for some of us. And that means that right after that is going to be cold and flu season for an extended amount of time. And I wanted to talk about the elderberry syrup. The Essential Homemaker line, I don't know if you can see there. The Essential Homemaker line does provide this. I will link it on my Etsy shop, or you can shoot me a message however you wish to go about doing that. The elderberry syrup comes in an 8-ounce bottle, and I do ship it. It is best to be kept in the refrigerator. I highly recommend using it as a preventative and not waiting until you become sick. The reason I went with elderberry and created a product with elderberries as the base is that there is scientific evidence that elderberries have an impact on cold germs and viruses. It's not old research. There's current information. There's clinical trials. There's double-blind studies where they went on transcontinental flights. They had people taking elderberry and versus those that didn't, and compared and contrast the results there. Elderberry won't inhibit you from getting sick. I'm not saying that you will be completely immune from cold and flu, but what I'm saying is that it will help boost your immune system so that should you be exposed to cold and flu viruses, pretty much like we all are, your symptoms will be less severe and the length of your cold or flu is drastically shortened. I know that I don't have time to get sick or feel bad or be run down and not have the energy required for my life. So I take the elderberry 1 tablespoon every morning as a preventative. It just helps, it's like a security to help keep my immune system where it needs to be, so that when I do come in contact out in the public with germs, I'm not afraid of catching anything, because 1, I know my immune system is supported appropriately, and 2, if something were to get a hold of me that my own immune system couldn't tackle, I know it's not going to be as severe or last as long. So it's a tolerable cold or a tolerable flu, if that's a thing. It just helps. Another reason why I decided to create my own elderberry syrup is if you look on health food stores or even on Amazon, they're loaded with sugar and it's extracts. And I'm not okay with that. First of all, if you're sick or trying to boost an immune system, the last thing that you need is pure sugar. The last thing that you need is sugar. So what I opted to do was import Manuka honey. There's 1 tablespoon of Manuka honey in an 8-ounce jar. It acts as a slight inoculation or a boost to the immune system to get a response, which is why it's effective. But Manuka honey, at a certain UMF value, it is medicinal and therapeutic. So not only is it going to help with the allergies and the cold and the flu viruses, it's going to add just a little bit of sweetness because this berry is a tart berry. It tastes like an unsweetened ocean spray juice. It just tastes like I wouldn't say a bitter berry. It's just not really sugary and flavorful like a cocktail juice is. I also chose to add turmeric to my elderberry syrup. That is not available on the market, and when we are exposed to environmental threats like allergies, and have allergies to those threats, or a cold or flu, there's a lot of inflammation in the body, and that's a second battle that the body has to fight. So I have added turmeric to my elderberry syrup just to make it even more well-rounded. And then, of course, I have added cinnamon bark, clove bud, black pepper because of the addition of turmeric, and I also added ginger. A lot of the times, the way that the body responds is going to be in the gut first when it's exposed to a threat or pathogen, and so I wanted to make sure that I smoothed and healed the tummy, as well as addressed an immune system boost and reduced inflammation. So that's why I chose to create the Essential Homemakers product of the elderberry syrup, because there's nothing else like it on the market. And I wanted to be able to really help people feel better. It seems like the more and more use of antibiotics, the more and more there are super bugs, and the sicker people get, even though they're on 1, 2, 3. Last year I had a friend who took four whole rounds of antibiotics, and I was like, this is crazy town. Total crazy town. Like, I felt so bad for her guts. I was recommending fermented foods, lacto-fermented foods specifically, yogurt, just probiotics, digestive enzymes. Like, her guts were a wreck, and that's just not okay, especially if we can take some preventative steps at 1 tablespoon for every morning, which is the adult dose, and we can give it to our kids and avoid all of that junk happening to our bodies. We can actually foster a healthy experience, a healthy living, without having to take all of that. So I will link in the description to my Etsy shop and give you a little bit more wording to explain the elderberry syrup to see if it's something that your family might like. I do have very young children on it, and I do offer a honey-free version for babies under 1. There's some conflicting evidence coming up about honey. Now they're saying that it's okay, but then there are older studies saying that it's not. That is the parent's choice. You can tell me if you want honey or if you would prefer something like agave or coconut sugar, just to make it slightly more palatable. You're just removing a little bit of the medicinal properties, that's all. You've still got the base of the elderberries, you've got the turmeric, and you've got the essential oils, so it's better than nothing at all. But you just need to let me know what you prefer. I'm very excited about this product. I have been using it for over a year, and thankfully I really haven't gotten sick. I've come down with a cold, but it was very mild because I was able to make the elderberry syrup fresh immediately on hand. So I thank you. I'm glad that I'm able to get back to doing videos. Again, I'm on my back porch because my puppy is laying in the sun, and it's nice and warm today, so I'm sure I have flushed cheeks, so sorry about that. But I will be making a few more videos for you, so stick around.